What is up, Mech Arena players? Today I'm going to show you a little bit of solo play. I have a few people in the game, but I'm going to try playing solo to see how well we can do against that beefy AI. If you played this game, and you probably have after watching this video, after you hit a certain power level, the AI gets pretty insane, and it feels pretty punishing. But there are definitely ways that you can, I guess I would say, exploit them a little bit if you start to understand how they play. Yeah, 4,000 and 5,000. This isn't as bad as some other times. Sometimes I get up in the 5,000 range on everybody. But 4,000 is still pretty punishing. I don't think there's a vast difference in there. I mean, you're still going to get hammered pretty hard by the AI in either instance. But my point is just to show you some different tactics I use and how I fight the AI. So first off, I will say that my opening strategy doesn't really change that much. I'm still going to use kill shot. I'm still going to try and cap a couple points, and I expect him to die pretty soon. He just doesn't last very long, and that's okay. It's not necessarily his purpose. His goal for me is just to get a couple of those cap points. If I can get him to stay around a little bit, like I'm kind of doing here, then maybe I'll find some use for him, but he's generally not my guy that's going to survive too long, and that's okay. But, you know, I don't have enemies really approaching me yet, so I'm going to keep him alive if I can. I don't know. There we go. I got some guys coming after me. So you'll see, too, and this is really the big thing with the AI. Once they tend to focus on a target, they don't veer from that target. They're almost like Terminator. If you watch those old movies, they have a sole enemy, and once that person is terminated, they'll move on. So if you end up being the focus, which often happens, I think they tend to prioritize human players over computer players just because you have a level, or you're weaker than others, because everybody else is at a higher power level, so maybe they just prioritize weaker opponents first. I'm not sure. And this guy he's got it in for me, right? And maybe that's the case, just because I'm not as strong as some other players, but that's kind of what you're gonna experience with this. These guys are just gonna come after you. And that sounds bad and it sounds unfair, but you can actually use that to your advantage. I didn't really get to there because I didn't have other players with me, but when you have an enemy that focuses on you, you can hide around a corner, and they can still target you, while you instead are using that opportunity to let your computer players shoot at him. So there's been times where I'm hiding around a corner, they're still looking at me, but they have one of my AI friendlies right in their face, and they don't even fight them, and just take damage from them. So, you know, if they get solely focused on you, try to use your AI teammates to, you know, get in there and do damage without them focusing on you. It's actually quite effective to do that, at least from my experience. So I'm just saying that because look at this guy, like he's focusing on me, even though that guy is in his face, and so is that guy down there. I mean, they're looking at me instead of the other guy, and that just means that they won't kill him, and instead they'll focus on killing me. At least in that experience, they did for part of it. So right now, this guy is coming after me, and I'm going to be in trouble.
You have 2 minutes.
But you kind of saw in that instance where the guy in the front, once they'd already picked me as the core target, they're not going to veer off from me, and it works to your advantage to utilize that when you can. That guy got around the corner. He was already the target. You saw his head was facing him instead of me. Again, the AI just does not veer off from their target point. Once they get on it, they just stay right there. So that can be a nice benefit for you if you know how to work it and let them stay on that target and then sneak around him or hide behind something if they're still focusing on you. So we're actually doing pretty good. Right now we're in the lead. But the hard thing is you don't want to end up veering off too far away from your teammates, because once you do, that's when you can start to lose, just because your teammates are going to do a lot to help you take down or take the brunt of some of that damage. So like right here, I'm in a lot of trouble. I don't have anything guarding me, and 2 of those guys on me. There's no way I'm going to survive. But I was focused on taking out that cheetah, so that's what I did. But we'll see how. We'll see what other teammates I can get here to help me. Hopefully, somebody can come over here so that I can, so I don't end up just fighting this guy all alone. But right now, he's focusing on me, so that means that if somebody else comes along, he's not going to focus on them, which is a nice benefit. And since I have Shadow, I'm going to use that to get up here. And since he's still focused on me, but he can't actually hit me, or can't easily hit me, I'm going to then back up, let him come after me again. I mean, it's a very, with certain mechs where you don't have a whole lot of damage that you can do, like Shadow doesn't have a ton of damage that he can do. It means just that you end up getting focused on by these enemies. But see, look, he's still attacking me, and not that other guy. So I guess the simple thought of this is, where is the enemy focusing? Where is the AI focusing? Who is the taunt, so to speak, if you want to use game language? If you're the taunt, well, use that to your advantage. Get behind cover or keep poking out and get them to waste some of their ammo, or put up shields and get them to waste their ammo so that your AI friends can kill them. This really goes even with when you're playing with other players too. The AI, I think, still functions this way, but when you're playing solo, you really need to rely on your AI teammates, and sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not, because if you end up, you can't really control them, or you can't really get them to do what you want them to do like you can communicate with other players. So you rely on them a little bit more, and your end record and kills probably isn't going to be that great, but it will allow you to still win matches even when otherwise you probably wouldn't win them, just because the AI gets so overpowering. So definitely keep in mind when those computers are putting that heavy taunt one way or another, and hopefully that helps you guys when you're fighting the AI. If you've noticed any other little secrets or things in ways that the AI plays that you can exploit or get around, feel free to leave comments, let me know. Hopefully I see you guys on Discord, but more importantly, I hope I see you all on the battlefield.